Today, the 26th day of November 2020. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Today, we want for lay na table within the Human Rights Commission want for do na salon for decriminalize petty offences them. Tin away not for put people them behind bars or place like Pademba Road. We can carry people and goody. If you don't follow we, you will find out say a lot of times where we can talk about the overcrowding na Pademba Road or things them we get for do with market woman them. Most of the time now I can talk say listen to the market woman them. Then go tell you say if they go take business to other people them na the provinces so then come if like pepper if the pepper rotten at the end of the day then go carry then go Pademba Road where then go court and say oh this black 1 2 3 they end up na Pademba Road for pepper. So the human rights people then think say say this one not look correct too. It really not look correct. So we think say now one of the reasons that one day where they overpopulate the correctional centers then at the country. But I think just on a human rights perspective, safe, petty crimes, petty offenses, not for you go na the maximum prison na the country. Even though we go can't listen, not to that area they want for look at. Not to that area they want for look and they want for look and like say na the overcrowding of the prison. Instead of for say, oh, okay, small thing enough for make you end up yonder. But we can dig deep, make we see within na them plan for decriminalize petty offense system na salon. For now, this na the status update for today, the 26th day of November 2020. The labs them be able for gather 520 tests them na in they analyze. 520 tests. Out of that 520 tests, only one positive case na be come out today. We don't dey for months. We not get positive case. Don't get positive case now. When a Bombali na ain't get positive case today that district today. They don't dey for months. They not get one positive case. But positive case don't come out Bombali. If you don't dey follow, you go mostly now western area urban and western area rural. They want them put lock inside. But Bombali, we don't dey for months, not get positive case. Today, don't get. Okay? And now one case. Make we see within the other numbers then look like. Because of this one case today, the total number of positive cases then now na salon don't reach 2,409. For the past 24 hours, nobody not lost in life to COVID-19 in Sierra Leone. So we still stand at 74. The one that in an isolation center na 504. For the past 24 hours, one person beats. I think let me check that again. 2 people them beat COVID-19 for the past 24 hours. So now that number they don't care. We go to 1,831. 1,831. The one that they in quarantine na 81. The one that don't discharge from quarantine na 12,166. Make we see what's in the Mano River Union countries then look like. For today, Sierra Leone get 1, Guinea gets 20, Liberia get 8, and Ivory Coast get 12. That one they give you a total number of 41 new cases in Salone. The cumulative death, Sierra Leone 74. Guinea don't add 76. 1 don't add na Guinea. Liberia 82 and Ivory Coast 131. We don't give you now a total number of 363 total number of deaths na the Mano River Union countries from COVID-19. Again, remember COVID-19 day. So do all waiting possible for make you not get them. Okay? Make you come to program proper for today. The Attorney General and the justice system in Sierra Leone say they want to agree with the Human Rights Commission, the human rights groups them in Salone, for say yes, the need for decriminalize petty offense system in Salone. Because as it is now, inside we law book, inside we constitution, na Salone, petty offense, you dey go Pademba Road. There is no two ways about it. Petty offense, they carry you go Pademba Road. So, then things say, all I one day, now make Pademba Road don't full up. Or, don't full up per smack. Well, make we listen how this one be unfold through Radio Democracy 98.1.
For people who don't go courts and you don't listen to radio, you go notice that the Salone police can charge some people for go courts for loitering, cause get for paper sin, like 100,000, 200,000, and self can charge some people where can put on people in pockets. For sake of that, magistrates and judge them can sentence them people here for go 1, 2, or 3 year jail. According to the Human Rights Commission, then say that some of them think they can make the male and female correctional center can overcrowd past mark. As way for Fenway for look inside this issue, make the Human Rights Commission Salone don't hold 2 days consultative conference with the judiciary, prison, Attorney General's office, and other institutions them, so that they go decriminalize some of them small offenses where can make people go jail.
The majority of petty offenses laws are now obsolete, really, in terms of its effect and relevance in the 21st century and in the democratic society. We have 4 main objectives. We want to engage with key state and non-state actors on the decriminalization of petty offenses in Sierra Leone. We also want to review and agree on the proposed national action plan for the decriminalization of petty offenses in Sierra Leone. Inasmuch the Human Rights Commission is charged with the mandate, we cannot do it alone. Also, we want to develop a roadmap and a clear plan of action for the progressive realization of the decriminalization of petty offenses in Sierra Leone with key stakeholders. It's not going to be something that will be achievable just tomorrow. It takes process. There's a process to this. It has to be gradual.
Dr. Gassam Abes, na commissioner na the Human Rights Commission, and I invite you just listen to Usa Imede talk about the roadmap where the commission wants set up for decriminalize small offense them where can make people go jail. We Imede talk, the chairperson for the Human Rights Commission, Patricia Nasu Danema, say because of their lawyer make the correctional center don't overcrowd over the past year.
The Commission, during its normal monitoring of correctional services and other places of detention, have been, for example, seen poor inmates being convicted for a period of 2 years for failing to pay a fine of 200,000 leones, which is $20. And one begins to clearly ask the question or see reasons why we have our prisons overcrowded. As per this conference's overall aim, it is hoped that a national action plan will be developed, which will subsequently form a platform that will encourage a national dialogue on the way forward for the decriminalization of petty offenses in Sierra Leone in collaboration with all key stakeholders.
Anthony Briwa, now the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, he say, then self-notice say some of the lawyers don't hold. We make it assure the Human Rights Commission say then go work with them, with other body them, so that then go look inside the lawyer.
As a legal practitioner of almost 30 years standing, I'm aware that petty offenses laws are often vague in definition. The use of public insults and provocation, throwing of missiles, insulting conduct, idle and disorderly persons are found in the Public Order Act 1965, and their interpretations tend to leave law enforcement officers and the court with unfettered discretion and unequal enforcement. This has contributed immensely to prison overcrowding. We expect that the Human Rights Commission will continue to work with other state and non-state actors of decriminalizing petty offenses. Let me assure you of government's commitment to such ideas, and my office will continue to provide the necessary support needed for such reform.
Inside this consultative conference, different institutions them may assure the Human Rights Commission for work stronger one, so that then go look inside the lawyer and make the prison tap for the overcrowd. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the report.
We want to tell Usman Kamara thank you, and Radio Democracy thank you, because not through them make me and you able for listen to this. Decriminalizing petty offenses. It go on for make you wonder, say, okay, it's fine for make we decriminalize petty offense na salon. But if the lowest crime na salon gets some of the harshest sentences na we country, and still yet, imagine that, and still yet, that's not change. What thing go happen if they decriminalize them? But make a Hollande and come with Usman Toli, make we hear what thing he get for we today. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Happy Thanksgiving to the CEO, AAA, and all the viewers and listeners of the US. And also, thank you very much for allowing me for talk on the decriminalization of petty crimes, which just means they want to make small crime then not become a criminal offense. AAA, to start with, one of the causes that the independent investigators then for the Pandemba Road prison identify for the Pandemba Road Correctional Center riots now undoubtedly overcrowding, as you say, AAA. Remember, the Pandemba Road Correctional Center then built on the premise of a capacity of 324 inmates. The time where the riot take place, then say the center get about 1,300 inmates, which means it gets 400% above normal capacity. And one of the other facts we then find out about the riots and what caused the riots was the fact that they get what they call understaffing, 40% understaffing. So clearly, petty crimes, now one of the things that will contribute to overcrowding, we just means say that crowd is not proportionate to the number of staff them we then get in the prison. So what are we concerns? Clearly, I don't watch some of the comments them when they come up from the forum. We always lead with conversation to the case for review, the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone. And this Constitution is embedded with so many other old things that we I think we need to do something about it. We don't talk these times without numbers. Topic after topic always they lead me to this conversation of reviewing the Constitution. Whether we politicians are listening or not is another matter. But all said and done, I think the Constitution they play a greater role towards some of them problems here we always talk about. Another concern, AAA, criminalizing an individual. Criminalizing an individual for a crime as small as defaulting a loan. Yeah? Money costs. You go trust money, small money, you know, you will pay. Yeah? You will criminalize that person. You get the propensity. Yeah? You get the propensity for destabilize that person. Because don't forget, where somebody go to prison for a small crime, they make that person they will come on at that prison, they become very unstable. Very, very unstable. And the fact that we don't get an effective mechanism for rehabilitation, like when somebody come on at prison, you know, like the other countries then, they get effective rehabilitation center. Yeah, mechanism we will come for help for study the person. Yeah, we console the person in terms of health, in terms of making able to recover. You know, we don't get an effective mechanism. So, you know, it just means it make matters worse. So I think it is the higher time for the authorities then they begin to think about this. And clearly from what he don't listen to, so from the Human Rights Commissioner, as well as the chairperson for the commission, I think they get a proposed national action plan in order for the decriminalization of the petty crimes here. Then clearly, AAA, this will lead me to some of the recommendations then we just want to make before I left is this. Some of them can, I think, we brothers, them we don't talk about this. We brothers then at the US, I think Umar and other people, then we don't talk about this. You know, some of them crime here, I think say them for try for introduce things like community service, petty crimes, and I hope the national action plan will encompass some of their recommendations here. Yeah, such as community service. For most of we will live in the diaspora, we know what is a community service. Yeah. So I think now one of the effective solutions or recommendations we then will look to for them petty crimes here, rather than send somebody in a prison, overpopulate. And the world don't become, you know, in terms of democratization, there's a lot of democracy these days. So again, you know, for send somebody go prison, you know, and decriminalize that person. You know, it infringe some of the fundamental human rights. So again, they get for looking at that. And one other recommendation which I don't talk about, I just want to buttress on them. Then get for look at an effective system of rehabilitation. Yeah, rehabilitation mechanism. We will help people away to come on a prison, you know, for rehabilitate them. You know, people away to come on a cell for a temporary time, and for and for look at the way for rehabilitate them, and also the police. Another recommendation: the police and therefore they train them. Not to every small crime, you know, you send and go court. Always, you know, as professional, if you professional, you know your job. There are small crimes then, you know, where you were able to avert for go court. You were able to stop them for go court. Yeah. So I think some of the recommendations are but the other important thing again before I left this forum is that I think we don't discuss now this forum before AAA. We see a lot of crimes we young men and say them commit, where they accuse, allege, say them commit. we be say they not they even didn't access to justice. Some they're not even, one day they not appear before the court or before a judge. Then they put them in prison for a very long time. We don't unhack that. We don't see that. You don't bring it at this forum. We don't talk about these things. These are all injustices. These are all injustices. I will keep somebody in a prison for so long a period of time, a correctional center for a very long period of time, without trial, without access to justice. I think some of the issues here, I hope the National Action Plan for the look at in order for drive towards the democratization process as well as the justice system of the country. I will let you so far. Thank you very much, AAA, and thanks for everybody listening. Thank you.
And we shall say thank you for wishing we safe happy Thanksgiving. But now we all for tell God thank you, sir, because we're still there alive. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Make a count, us friend, make we hear what in us friend get for we today. Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, AAA, for giving me the platform. Thanks to previous speaker, Mr. Tolly, and thanks to all the listeners and viewers. Me on take inside this decriminalization of these petty crimes. Of course, we know petty crime, I believe, it depends on the level, but now it's civil crime actually. But again, it depends waiting the government how they make up their own law for combatant. But unfortunately, we don't get this act would they look into this where from 1991 we amend a little bit because I feel say this particular thing when they try to do so that we are able to just feel ultimately we don't see the peace and reconciliation. You don't try for come up. Based on some of the recommendations of the peace and truth and reconciliation act to the one for past, some of the recommendations that what people they give during this campaign for bit money and some of the civil service or them one they own human rights and so on, they bring up this issue of decriminalization, about the poverty in Sierra Leone and the petty offenses. But the petty offense, they're based on poverty. I just want to clear that side. They base the petty offense on poverty. In other words, some of the petty offenses then they come as a result directly. So they put them directly. They not put them indirectly so that they will be able to get away through. See, now because some of them crimes here. So they try to look back how they will address them from the civil education sector. But this one, now a different body, under the human rights, then they actually spearhead this one also. So based on their recommendation, then look and say, them crime there was more people and or commit inside inside Salon, we own country there, now because of poverty. And some of the laws that now we government we don't put based on some of these offenses, which some people and they commit more frequently. When you look at some of these offenses, again, different categories for the civil offenses, you can get some personal injury. All right, you get someone on a breach of contract. Now somebody don't go make contracts in do this for do, if not do me broke. Or say like tell yourself the kind of contract, but it depends on the level where they put them into. On a bigger contract, but some of the crimes that they commit, they're not able to fit with the law itself. Where with man they don't go left because some of when there's a contract, they involve like who sign somebody they come right make contract and like this party will make contract for make like rule or other thing or when I can't make for me this bridge or when I can't work for me in a farm in a bigger way. But some of them because of the locality. You say and say it's very small where they were able for escalate and to that point it's possible for going up Pademba. In other words, it's about we all local laws and about the law itself where the British man they don't put and some of the law where then they study in a law school where some of them they're not able to translate to your laws then. So if they come to the chief then now they own duty. If they come to the authorities them with their own duty day. So then they bypass all those areas now, then they go straight away to the law itself, under the attorney section. Not to the attorney general section, because the attorney are just to do with the justice. So that section there, I did somebody there for carnal. So when they put a person there for daily, you go and commit, when you go complain, then you go and complain, and they go before them. The act, I think, one of the act, then act section 5 a day. According to that constitution, the section 5 of 1. In the drive for say, okay, the Republic of Sierra Leone shall be a state based on the principles of freedom, democracy, and justice. But when you look at that constitution there now, that one you have to reflect on for say why this they happen, why people are not forget the right for do this. They exceed and why they not forget right for go through what they for go through. They look other side back for say the offenses that they contribute in terms of marginalization only happen by because of criminal and poverty. So people are homeless, some of them are unemployed. So these are the points we then put towards that decriminalization of this. So these are all not campaign. So now at the time we don't write, we they put them before Parliament. We don't put them before Parliament, and this is where I go people help. If they want to follow that peace and reconciliation, this is part of the recommendations. Because when somebody go to Parliament, some people they can't understand it or perceive and from me away. What in the person they do only now for let it go only say they don't go do me something at the recent time and they come for can become a but tomorrow when I see something that happen, I'm the first person for the go stone. And that was one of the reasons we didn't detect now because of the civil war. And some of it now is because of the extreme poverty. So then they try to address poverty based on again the law. But that year of poverty and our government therefore deal with them. So government analysis is that poverty because some of these petty crimes. So government back on duty now for control the poverty and then they change this law where some of them don't can left as a middle, they don't can left now in the middle of the sea. We then therefore deal with now in the way when they put them at the shore, we then transform their lives. So that the ones that when they come now for can't join the queue, they don't already understand see that this and this for do. So it comes to where it, then they try for say back, then they put what that they NA them. And they call it something people when they are their chiefdom there. When they see paramount chief, they were in those days them brown clothes. They say, well, any police they can't hold you. Now the chief now is saying. So that is what the government they try to introduce back. But waiting always, I can always feel a bit disappointed. These are ideas which are creative. I already talk about the human rights now because then they can't set for say, let's do this. But some of the other initiatives they wouldn't get because now that government they try to do for them and then they can't get power. So they don't register. I think that sometime last week or this week some of them done. So now allow them in wait because the president going in. So but when I look at it from that way, I think it has some powers and they try to show their own duty and try to help them. In other words, whatever they need for them to be able to become useful as they've been there. In other words, forget the capacity part as any police them. So then we're able to act inside the chief day, then when they talk to case them up now the provinces them or some rural areas them. So that the urban area go get back. Because let's say they get chief them, people in the areas. Then you get the council them. But you know what they try to make them in a form wherein people then will know their civil rights, they will know who that they go meet, the people in back know their civil duty, so that they go back to that system where people then will understand and so for pass and so for pass. So they don't decriminalize them thing there. You go see, well, those all things the whole person for go, then go find a way for solve them. Whether then they say the dispute is therefore involved, let you pay some, then negotiate the agreement like this, rather than go put you in a cell. But again, on the other side of the prison in congestion, that's one reason. Then the other reason again, you go talk say, well, government not put the difference between that prison and the jail. Like one of we speak, we speak about that for contribute. They not they show silent for keep them or silent for keep this kind of thing, or waiting there for do in terms of keeping people with the size of waiting they get. Then again, you go look, say, well, some of the cases back where they can, why people at the state, because they're not being ever fast tracked there, because we not get again the proportion of lawyers there towards the population who gets. These are all factors. But coming back to the era of criminalizing these petty crimes, you're going to see some of them, they're not really worth taking somebody now. I mean, because it actually cause a lot of mindsets where they change individuals a mindset in the society. Once someone don't go inside place, we come on now. He try to say, well, me, I don't go place, I don't come on. So he change the attitude. He become back somebody who they become a rebellious somebody in the society. But as long as the human rights are able to forward in case, like based on this poverty also, if they listen now, well, it's the place for them go able for beef up the area where now local authority and duties for them go deal with them in there. Instead when they think them can then go to court, wherein we lost time, we lost money, and then we even lost the capacity of human resources them. We call ourselves the word where we present they always use in terms of developing with human capital. That's the right word. The human capital, they win them in the prison. Some of them, before they do work, who they know for daily. Or some of the comrades and get for help, they demand there for let them go help them outside and go get a gap for put the money what they need in the house. But to cut it short, let them just left and so for say they will present and when they find thing, they look into all these other factors they will bring up. Areas they will just needed to be considered. That's all about it. Thank you very much for the platform.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. We want to come with a brother, Albert Lansana, when a criminal justice professor in the United States. Make we just talk small on this matter before I go open the phone line where we save go call and make we get a bite at waiting we put on the table today. Yes, Albert Lansana, decriminalizing petty offenses. What you want for make we understand about that, sir?
Okay, first and foremost, I want to say thank you very much for giving me the time for speak on this issue. Like you say, I'm a criminal justice professor at Sam Houston State University and I teach criminal justice classes, i.e. intro to criminal justice, criminology, juvenile delinquency, legal aspects, and correctional system. Then happy Thanksgiving to everybody, then
Same
to your
you,
previous
sir.
column. So now, going to the subject matter, I mean, when we talk about decriminalizing petty offense, or as I call it, minor offenses, that is a step in the right direction. Why I say now a step in the right direction? Because one of the last chapter where I just talked about in my correction class, I talk about prison overcrowding. So when we start talking about prison overcrowding, so let's say, for example, so we take Pademba Road. So if it was initially built for 2,000 offenders, as now so we they call them because I'll be work as correctional officer before. So now so we they call them offenders or inmates. So let's say initially the initial capacity was 2,000. You they get me right? So now all of a sudden 4,000. So that means it's way overcrowded. Why? Why is it overcrowded? Because of all these minor offenses, or over there, as they can say, petty offenses. So for his prison overcrowding, we have what we call alternative to incarceration. Meaning, instead of the judge sending somebody into prison, there are other alternatives. Example, these alternatives are community service, boot camp, probation, drug treatment, psychological counseling, day reporting center, etc., etc. So community service meaning that person go they out in the community, they pick up trash, because just for minor offenses, or fine, like the previous caller was saying, maybe if somebody just abuse somebody, they put on a Pademba Road, which is just no right. As long as they find the person pay fine, the person go away. Or probation. Probation, that means that person go there under intensive supervision. Or home confinement. That's another alternative. Meaning that person go there inside in home. Less maybe as stipulated.
So, that yes. Home confinement, is this the same? Because in Sierra Leone, will be the written and called house arrest.
Yes, that's what.
Arrest, right?
Yes. Okay. Now house arrest, home confinement, or home detention. So that means now you there inside your home. You know to go outside at all, except maybe for medical or whatever, but you dey inside your home. So now part of your sentence that. Or drug treatment center. Maybe the person gets substance abuse problem. So now that's part of the sentence. And also you get what they call jail and prison. Jail and prison. So for example, prison now for serious offenses. And by serious offense, I mean felony. So felony, 1 year and above felony. Are you getting me?
Yeah, so waiting na felony, break felony down for you. Who's category them where you go see na felony?
Okay, glad you asked the question, felony. So you get what they call part 1 offense. So meaning murder, rape, burglary, robbery. These are all felony. Aggravated assault, felony. As compared to misdemeanor. So misdemeanor, these are minor offense or petty offenses. Like maybe you broke traffic or shoplifting, just minor offenses. Well, once from that person go prison, that person go just go jail. And when we start talking about jail, 1 year and below. So for example, let's say person broke a traffic or for maybe traffic lights, or let's say the person had like not to work or something, or he abused somebody. Maybe not just 1 month, not jail, he come out. Or maybe just fine. Also, what for me.
In Sierra Leone context, what you go call jail? Now the side they hold themselves within the police stations, because I know na prison where now they say correctional center like Pademba Road, the maximum one. Then in Sierra Leone context, what you go call jail?
Okay, glad you asked. I mean, there is no in Sierra context. I mean, there is no such thing. I mean,
so
they don't
get jail.
yes, okay, they don't get up. They don't get up. Okay. Even in fact, they talk with somebody in other radio station. Even that whatever road they call maximum. I mean, you cannot call it maximum when you get petty offenses. For example, you get what they call 3 levels of security: minimum, medium, and maximum. So if they call a maximum, that means now for the hardcore or super max, these are the toughest and toughest. But if you say maximum, then you get all these petty offenses inside it. There, you cannot call it maximum. So now going to the jail. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So going to the jail. So in Salon context, there's no such thing. So when I say jail now separate holding facility for people awaiting trial. Once they go through then trial, they go through the court day, they then are jail. Once they have been sentenced, then they can transfer them now from jail to prison.
So in saying that, Pademba Road na jail, na prison, na all thing.
I mean, when that's so they call up, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so they call up.
No, what they say is because we know say Pademba Road people in the commodity they appear in a court. So if jail now for people them where they need for commodity appear a court stay where you don't get your sentence, then if the sentence you go to prison or then give 1 month, so like how you explained, you go still in a jail if na 1 month and serve your sentence. But if not for maximum, like how you they say, then they can send you go na maximum prison. So in the jail area, you get different categories inside the jail area of the holding facility, right?
When you say different category, what do you mean?
Like, let's say somebody for murder get for the appear till they sentence him. If you say in a jail, now different area inside that jail, then go keep him.
Yes.
Okay, now then they try for say.
Yes, because this when we say jail, either 1 year or below, or people are waiting trial.
Trials, yes.
Yes. So once they've been tried, sentenced, then they ship them from jail to prison. So like in Pademba Road, everybody they say jail and prison. So it should not be that way. They need to get jail and they get prison.
Okay. So now they say about decriminalizing.
Yes.
With the way our we system day now,
Yes.
decriminalizing the minor offenses, the petty offenses. What
Yes.
are your recommendations then?
I mean, the recommendation, yes, they did for DUA because why? What they decriminalize, or meaning these minor offenses or petty offenses, then it has the burden of overcrowding. Because when you send all these people to prison, then it just they add to the problem of overcrowding. Because minor offense or petty offense, oh no, work for make these people there in prison. Now it don't add to the already problem of overcrowding. Are you getting me? So yes, my recommendation, yes, the need for DUA, because now one thing what they talk about on my classes are big on that, on this overcrowding. Being that I don't teach correction classes over and over, then the legal aspect of corrections where they teach, and we talk about prison overcrowding, wherein that's against the Eighth Amendment of the Constitution, meaning cruel and unusual punishment.
Okay, so now in Sierra Leone context now,
yes,
how you feel say then don't get a roadmap, but maybe having this conversation will help them understand better how it will unfold. So now you don't explain to we will not get jail in Sierra Leone. So in having this one, we need to get a jail facility first?
Yes, definitely. We need to forget a jail. Definitely, yes, a jail for day as compared to the prison. So now people they know say jail day, prison day. Jail now for just people who they await trial, or jail now for just minor offense or person not work for go now prison for 5 years. You understand me? Let's say person get for pay somebody, then that person goes swam, or somebody cost, like the previous caller say. That person not work for the 5 years in prison, that you don't take away that person livelihood. Or maybe that person go do they just get 30 days in jail or he paying fine. So yes, jail get for day.
What's next?
So jail get for day. Also, they need to come up with alternative to incarceration. I know I'm using this big term. So when I say alternative to incarceration, meaning in lieu of imprisonment, that means instead of that judge sending John Doe, because where I teach my class, I let for use John Doe because I know one call somebody name where go there, so I use John Doe. I hope you understand me. So instead of that judge sending John Doe to prison, or that judge they send Pookie to prison, we come up with alternative to incarceration. So community service, that's one. Or the person go just stay in the community, pick up trash. That's part of the sentence. Community service. Or the person paying fine. If we now $100, the person paying fine, then you go. Or drug treatment center. If the person gets substance abuse, like then young guys, they take these what's in the name of the drugs, tramadol or
Kush, tramadol, and all those.
Yes, so like those young boys. So then send them on this drug treatment program for make them address the substance abuse, or sex offender program, or day reporting center. Inside they report every day to a probation officer or parole officer, or boot camp. Boot camp are like military, just like also in the army. Or you go boot camp, you get to wake up early in the morning. You march, they screen at you, they teach you for prayer, you bathe, all that good stuff. That's another form. So all these things need to be implemented.
Okay. But in Sierra Leone, because the thing the way me get for do where I get for talk, but in Salon we have no system like a database for people we don't go under, or we don't go na Pademba Road and come back and all those things. So for me, I feel to say now I make people they get away with it, because even now you go, you ask person say you don't ever go jail before, you go say no, even though you don't go before, but you no get no way for proof and say this person be don't go to jail before.
Yes.
So maybe now because of that, then just a bunch everybody in one place where they come on a do. Then some man go jail, he saying be go na the provinces. Say, oh, I be the upline. But na jail he go. We come back, he come back now the community and life goes on. You don't know waiting happen, waiting not happen. Some family they need and sabi cover fine. So how do we have a system where go able for book these people and we go able for say we point to something we go show say if they ask you say you don't go jail before, you just get for talk because you know say then go for do background check where your name go come up and that one day go be detrimental to whatever you they seek after.
So when you say like a system for make the citizen they know whether they don't go jail or prison, like they
let me say like employer. Let's just say like an employer. You want for no, we don't have that in Sierra Leone.
Okay, that's why I mean just like here in the state, all person go jail or prison, definitely you get they do background check because when you fill out an application, they say have you been convicted of a felon? Either yes or no, but they do background check, so they forget the kind of system or go able pick these people them up or then do background check, so they get a system on that. Just like here, all people they do background check. As soon as they do background check, they know definitely say this person now felon, meaning this person don't go either jail or prison. Are you getting me? So they get a system there in place. So all they apply to these jobs, then definitely if they come up with and do background check. Because every job for be able to do that, for do background check on any individual, any applicant, just like us in the state. Remember, we join the prison system, they do background check. Even in the military, they do background check. Even before they teach, they do background check.
Okay, make account with this jail issue back. Because we know say the police stations they get hold in cells them. Most of the police stations in Sierra Leone get hold in cells. And some police station then we can see usai the policeman them, the court them working they na them areas them they like the local community where they see usai then they work out with the people them, then go na court, then after whatever, then come back, then go back na the police station, the cells them. So then one they na jail them, the police station then hold in cells then they.
You say for that jail?
Yes.
No, they're also jail.
When I waiting down they waiting at the police station.
That is cell. That's a jail. That's cell. Where did they pull them from the cell? That's a jail. Jail.
So Usai cell coming? Usai cell incoming in this context too they talk now.
Okay, cell. Every police station, every police forget cell. I mean the first thing, just like in the United States, every police station gets cell. Or they arrest you. So let me take the United States for example, if you didn't get me. So let's say, for example, if they drive without a expired license, okay? I hope you understand.
Yes.
So if they drive with expired license or they drive under the influence, so they pull me over, they impound me motor car, then they take me in a cell at the police station. They go put me inside a cell. So from there, you have 48 hours, then they book you, then can go in a county jail.
Okay, so, in Sierra Leone, everything is intertwined. So now you just tell me about county jail. So county jail is something like we get for do with the local community, right?
Okay, so why I say county jail, that means the jail because every city you get jail. So that's what they call an county jail.
Yes, I understand. No, I just want to make now what they say now in your own context what they talk now. So like the city now the community. So like the community for that area there now get that jail day. But in Salone, the police station in cell, now they serve back like the community in cell.
No, the police every police station they get a cell.
Yes.
So what's in the lack here that the jail? So
The
there's
jail,
no
yes.
jail.
But the police cell now serve back as the jail na saloon.
Yeah, see, it should not be that way.
Exactly.
What they say, jail now like big building, just like as compared to a prison institution. But jail now big build. I remember one of my class where at the Michigan, the professor now judge. So we go now one of the county jail or go now the jail. How we see how it run things. So jail now a big building of itself.
Well, we'll not get the big one. We'll get the small one them.
Okay, well.
Then at the police station.
Yeah, see.
Because
so
if we own prison,
yes.
we now Pademba Road, for example, we get other one them across the country, but they use now Pademba Road. Well, now they don't change as in a correctional center. Maybe because them be careful no say where you use maximum, you can't put petty offenders them there. So now you make them change now from Pademba Road maximum prison to correctional center. So if we the bunch all man inside there, I think say we'll use central police for example. I don't know if they don't change the system where it be say central police now be underground then be get people in there under months now central police. I don't know for now. But before underground they put people in there they for months, then they come out they go court, then come back, then can't keep them there. So in the form of decent and criminalizing now petty offenses, we did say now we need a jail. But even with this way the Human Rights Commission they call for, it go be difficult because whether it's try for talk say now for move Pademba Road prison from Usaide for Krango, wherever they don't say they don't get place, then I think say Pademba Road prison now for be jail instead of prison.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yes. So if they both now then here that go be jail. So for people awaiting trial. So once they try them, depend on the severity of the case, then they go in a prison now. Even the prison, you get 3 levels. Like I say, minimum, medium, and maximum. Maximum, now for the baddest, the toughest. Okay. Maybe it's surrounded with certain features. Maybe double barbed wire offense around. Or get guard tower as compared to minimum.
Okay, so what thing will be your final submission for Wisa before we let you go?
Okay, my final submission, like I say, first, the criminalization of these minor offenses, as I can call them, where they teach, now step in the right direction. Then also, the need for implement these alternatives to incarceration and jail. So people for know the difference, say there's a jail, there's a prison. Then once they do that, then it go solve this problem of overcrowding, as I can say in my class, prison overcrowding.
All right, thank you very much, Albert Lansana. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, sir. Well, that's now Albert Lansana, a criminal justice professor in the United States. I believe say through that conversation, we all learn some things them way we hope say yes the Human Rights Commission say they want for try for decriminalize the petty offenses them in Sierra Leone, like somebody will stone, somebody will cause mamiko, somebody will do this and that, where they end up in a Pademba Road. They want for decriminalize them. But with the conversation we don't get now with Albert Lance and now we don't learn say the facilities that we get in a salon, what will they use them for? Not what they're meant for. So I believe say now we don't talk before they talk about this Pademba Road. Say let them pull Pademba Road yonder, let them move and go yonder. So someone they say, oh, Pademba Road go be monument now, this and that. No, I think Pademba Road now get a work for do. If then they move the maximum or like I explain the maximum, the prison aspect of we country and go other side, then Pademba Road go serve as a jail place. Yes, call ID live on air. You name and who call from, please.
Triple this now Alaji, I call from Maryland.
Yes, Alaji. What's in your contribution on this one, sir?
First of all, I'm surprised when people here and now then they come up with this talk. Because at one time, Umau Fofana don't report Now BBC concerning the same thing. I think it take one upline side where they show the prison where like a normal way you talk, where people they make palaver no more than can't take and go lock them up, without no reason, without no taking them to court for find out what they go on, or even issue some kind of a bail or stuff like that for solve the issue. Then they go packing people in a prison without just for little stuff. I mean, just like here, where then they take the most of the I don't want to be too how I would say right now about when most of the black then the reason why they go jail because they don't get people who they bail them out, wouldn't appear in a court, they don't get people who they bail them, so they go to jail. Unlike saloon, they need to go to court safe. Then just as I see this man say, this man give me money. The first way they take an African grab and go lock and na jail. And not to jail self will get that cell, but then they call it jail. I mean, if you go in those cells, you see where them pack people there. I mean, you wonder how them people are they sleep at night. Or how if somebody want to use the bathroom, how it go day. Because he's so jammed and he's so packed. Believe me, you go surprised. You go like, wow. I mean, then for the happen Lolonte. They for don't turn up at this lawyer, Lolonte let people know see, this waiting the happen in the country is really bad. It's really bad. Innocent people they gonna na cell from cell, some cell appear court from cell, what they say the cell full up, na prison they go put you now. And because they don't know the reason, they don't sabi the difference between the prison and cell. Now prison they go put them from prison now they come out for go to court, for appear in a court, they go back to say if the judge not show up or the people out in the call themselves, they wait for come give a verdict of you like a witness and stuff like that. Nobody not show up, you go back straight in a Padimba Road. I mean, we don't see stuff like that. If me na one, I no go Padimba Road, you lock me in a prison na central because this guy in lie for me, if they work na prison officer, I mean, I was innocent. I go give a statement. I don't even give me statements direct na cell and lock me so for 1 week. I mean, they have to go bail me out. That's how bad it is. I'm talking about those 80s, early 90s. That's what they did to me. I mean, if that thing be go on all along, they're not able to mass and then another encounter. I mean, I go grieve for them, I go glad for the encounter, but I told them for them count no long term for letting save people in life. Innocent people in the water in a jail. When they see who them go to Padimba Road, wouldn't the cow them bad secret, the cow coco what did they do? No get no life again. The next thing you go see them, they then they die because of the pain, because of the no get better treatment at the Padimba Road, so they come out way. Something a little crime we're not supposed to take them go to Padimba Road. They go lock them up. I mean, those things need to stop. The need for stop these influences about people who get influence for letting lock people up for no reason. The need for stop them. If they bring this, they're really serious about this decentralization about petty crimes. I mean, that would be great. A lot of people go they out of prison, they do better work, or even in petty crimes and like how they talk to then for like a prison and like a central administration, then forget a building at the side of the police station where they for put as a holding cell. As a holding cell, at least if you for like a month, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Then charge you to court, and from court you go na prison. But we don't have those facilities. All we guys like they put you up in prison cell for like because they call on jail. They put you there for like maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You still the we say them on the still no problem and send you straight up na prison. I mean, we need for stop that. They need for do better than this. The judiciary system need for work better than this. For say than me, then take it and go lock you up. They need for stop that. People for know their rights and for say look, I didn't do anything. Charge me to court. Let me go defend myself. But they don't have it. Just like how we able guy talks to. I did criminal justice. I got a BA in criminal justice. I just graduated about 2 years ago. So I know a lot of stuff about those things. I mean, when I do that, when I can do that, I can find out. Say, wow. So now suddenly they take advantage of people in a salon. Now suddenly do me. And I don't want that for happen to a future generation because right now it is rampant. People and they go to jail for no reason. They're going to prison for little stuff. So if they come up with this, let them tight on them. Let them make sure they don't get a petty stuff there. They pull them there because they don't do it for long. They don't do it for 5 years. For little stuff, they don't know for it for. Let them pull out the whole, So, okay, now go, because like the other people in chance. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Alaji.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and who side the call from, please.
Yes, good evening, everybody. This is Nancy, the call from US.
Yes, Nancy, what's in your contribution today?
Yes, thank you. This topic is really interesting, and at least I think say don't overdue now. It's about time they really try for do something about that, because you know go lock pussy way don't commit murder the same cell or jail with somebody who just go thief. There has to be the need for do difference. The need for create certain. The need for at least put build other structure for that, just for like our brothers or the past callers they don't see. I just feel say they get so many ways where they able to fix them problem there, where the place not will be so overcrowded. If somebody go thief or somebody borrow money, for instance, able for pay, or maybe just refuse for pay, thinking that's okay. Some people with people that out in act sometimes both ways. Some can say, can we go na police? Not go commode. Maybe you get connection. Sometimes they even sleep inside the prison. When it's reach them pull them. Now morning, early morning, and can put them back inside. Some they not get no connection at all, and they not get nobody where they talk for them. Now they nobody direct for themselves, and then they come caught up on this kind problem, money problem, whether be it able for pay somebody. And then go put you in a cell. Nobody know they show up for you. You did it, and the system self know they help for say, okay, this person are no get person where they can't pay in fine or can't pay the money. What we for do? Then there's so many ways. That's why if you're serious about this agricultural thing, where they want for do and make the country free of hunger, then can use them people. Then they can do welding. Workshops, like if you then get them with yourself, then they inside the prison or the holding area, then get them seen, and if you're not carpenter, what you interested in, then go send you, they say, okay, go work. Then you work, if you're not somebody you owe, then they put that money there. Yeah, as I they say, if somebody commits like a petty crime, something, it just pickpockets, or you owe somebody, able for pay, if you then create them thing there, so where in then get, let's say, then get welding center, then get carpentry, then get farm, like that thing, and then you say, okay, this person since you owe and able for pay, let we take let go work. So it will work if you're not the welding.
Nancy, because Pademba Road do have those things you're talking about, and they even get a display shop waiting and you don't make a prison, then they sell and they some of the benefits, some they go to the state, some go to the individuals, and we prepare them in the day. So yes, Pademba Road do have some of the things that we talk so.
State, and some they go to why they not go use that money they for pay the person where you owe, and then within the time where they don't finish for pay in debt, they release that person there. At least you go do like a community service, like where you get for the camp for car reports. For make sure say yes, you keep you stay away from whatever it is, go back for go do the same thing.
Okay.
They get a double voice. I don't know if you hear the same thing. Yes. Okay. So now that they try for say, so if let's say like the upline, I don't think say they get something like that, like now the provinces. I think now freedom than they available. Because if upline, then since then they into farming, why they not go use them people then they for go work in a farm, like for go pull root grass, clean the environment, so that they go use them for do the same thing. The thing they will get a tongue na Pademba would then do and back yonder. So that interested. Some person go they no sabi nati na pickpockets no more sabi, don't live in a street for long. So that person by the time he come out, they make sure say they get in background, no say, okay, this person are not get what he get for go back to, what you for do. So let we train and make it learn. If you're not welding, then learn and welding. If you're not carpentry, if you're not art, then learn them upline since it already did not tongue. Then we come out to go come to the society a responsible person after we don't pay in debt. So Nanande no market for
Thank
today.
you very much, Nancy.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and side the call from, please.
This is Janet Mathamusa, the call from London.
Yes, Janet, what you want for share with me?
Well, I will just listen to that caller over the call from the US. And not forget, say, Sierra Leone or all African countries, then based the prison, then we all system based on the British system. So you find out, say, that word jail and prison, and those words are used interchangeably. That is to say, we first time where we go up in Sierra Leone. I don't know if you remember, New England Villa, me get some kind of prison there. If you remember, also then get that courthouse now.
Yeah,
Take
special
go
court
up,
building.
special court. Take go up to the tennis court, then we get prison there, right? So then place them they under. Now then when they be the commit minor offenses them, and then they be the keep you under. Pandemba own a serious prison those days. When if you don't kill person or you start person, now in the K go yanda. So that was like maximum prison. People would spend long term in prison, and then the K go yanda. So you find out, say, you get prisoner na Mafanta, now in a political prisoners, then the K go yanda. You get prisoner Moyamba, you get prisoner all them different districts them. So if you not Kenema, you commit an offense, not so like a not so serious offense. Now they then will keep you. Say you thief or something, or you beat your wife or whatever, then will keep you in that side. But if you commit big offense, if you commit serious offense, then will be you can free on. If you kill person or you stab person, and then kind of stuff. So yes, we not get the same system like America. So I just want to remind that caller, they say yes. There's a longer we not use the word jail really. We say prison. Although people still use that word jail, but jail and prison are used interchangeably. So for example, where you go say you get holding cell, where you go to them police station, you get holding cells, then they then they keep you there like a CID. Then they keep you there until they carry you go court. From there, then carry you go na Padeba Road now. Then kind of thing. So the setting.
Okay, since
yes.
I get you, they say because based on waiting Albert Lansana, when a criminal
Yes.
justice professor say, okay, he
Yes.
studied in America and we system
Yes.
in America.
Yes, it's
is
different from Saloon.
from
Yes,
Sierra Leone.
definitely.
So now,
Yes.
if
Yes.
Saloon context is just like
Yes.
the United Kingdom, let
Ye-
me
yes.
come now to waiting Saloon copy. So the
Yes.
holding cells them within a them police station them, are they the same as jail?
No, we can't refer to them as jail, so they are not jail. They are just holding cells.
Okay.
So then they hold you
in the
under
UK,
until
in
then.
the UK,
Yes.
una get
Yes.
jail, una get prison.
No, sir, we get prison. All thing are prison.
So from jail, okay, from holding cells,
From cell, from the holding cells, then can you go prison?
to prison.
But inside that, yes, but then prison, and if you see the no cell I put, then get category of prisoners.
Okay.
You see what I mean, eh? So you get county, then you get like where Albacete, so you get county jail them. That's what they call it in America.
Yes.
Yeah, so you get local prison. So for
Okay.
example, you're there inside London now, you commit certain offenses and now the area where you did and get prison and then they keep you.
Okay.
Then when they go jail you now, where you case on the done, if they jail you pass up to 4 years, then they transfer you go to the big time jail. You see what I mean?
Okay.
Like I say, you do drugs, that category A, you go there.
Okay.
Kill person, you do drugs, that category A. So the American system is it's quite different from the British system. You see what I mean? Eh? Yes, but in Salon, we use the word prison and jail for mean the same thing. Now that's a mean, yeah. Because inside England now, we don't use the word jail anymore. Well, we use it on the street, but in writing, all
prison.
signer HM prison. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, prison, but different
in
categories. It is in categories, yes.
Okay.
So if you can't as category C or D, and then lesser crime them, where Albert, so you get a offense that
the one that we the hardcore them still not will mix with the minors. Like the minor offenders
no, not at all.
Okay.
You get so if you're not category A prisoner, then you keep you they get different blocks them. So say they are so that they hardcore prisoner and they are so. Then you get the category B, category C, then you get category D. You see what I mean? But certain areas and where we don't land now say, like them immigration, one day where they commit immigration offenses them. Before them gets place for keep them, You know, them they can go and then side away, you get hardcore criminals, you know what I mean? But then we get for criticize them. So then get for creates now, then get like a holding centers for immigration purposes only.
Okay.
Yes. Then get holding centers. And if you don't understand, they don't begin criticize them back, say they're holding center, then they're not really, because the person, the kind of crime what the person commits, and they say you commit crime, you either commit crime by commission or by omission. So by the way you cannot people country, your paper expire, you know you renew them. So you commit that crime by omission. So they are now saying where you go put in a jail, you know, you don't really punish them far more than waiting you're supposed to give them. You know, so this holding cell, they help them for just round them up and deport them.
So
you know what I mean?
In Sierra Leone context, in this one we will talk so now. What do you feel say now the way forward in fixing up the system with this?
You mean for clear up the system for you know that you can
we go try for differentiate people them now from the hardcore to the minors them.
Yeah, the minors then because I don't know what's happening where they remove that prison women in New England, because that side then have been just minor. Now people that will not commit minor offenses and then within that prison and that New Englandville side. You know, so but now the situation, I don't know what's happy where they can bundle the all. But I understand so inside Padeba Road, you got different blocks.
Yes, you have different units there.
Yes, so I think to say at the same kind like a category. I think they are in there according to the British system. They are there according to the category. You know, if you not possibly don't kill person, you spend 10, 15, 20 years there. I think that category A you go there. So they get in different categories in there. However, what me don't see now, I don't see them pictures the way they come out, way and that you find out so all them people and we then keep inside one big holding place. You know what? They not get paid. I don't know what's happened to the prisons, because when we they grow up, we don't say New Englandville prison. I know when they go to Panama with prison, though I won't lie to you. But the prison in New Englandville, you know, you find out say them get paid. You know, then get this and get that. But this with prison now, it's so crowded. So what you're asking now is, I take offenses and they waiting for not for try for send and go Panema Road. You know, you get the one that we commit minor offense. So for example, people, this is really annoying to me. Person away now civil matter, now trust money to person, then can't go police station, then they can't go Panema Road. You know, it's unheard of. It's not done anywhere. Maybe not only Africa. I mean, I'm picking it, enjoy you so. So it's not done anywhere. Then can people enough for go jail at all, Tripoli. They should not be anywhere near in prison. Never. You know, therefore arrange how you they pay that person there, other than for go keep on a prison. So they're able for empty the prison. That way they keep people away from go do community service. You know, if you do you see food na market or whatever, then put you for go do community service, you know, or you do something, some kind of offenses that were not too grave, you know, therefore make you go walk outside. You know, they can give you 6 months, 1 year, and then they let you go, or then put something at your leg. Then get something when they put at your leg when they make you. I get few people where I understand say they go through that inside England, yeah. You know, instead of go put you 2 years jail, 3 years jail, then keep it at house and put that thing at your leg for monitor you. You go out from 6 to 6. After 6, you're no longer going out until the next morning. You know, so I say salon for try some of that and try for empty that prison day. It's unbelievable.
All right, thank you very much, Janet.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you, man. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who side the call from, please.
It's not Ezekiel and I call from Oregon.
Yes, Ezekiel, what you want to share with me today?
Thank you so much, Triple A. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you, boss.
Thank you. This whole thing, man, you don't overdue, especially Pademba Road, where you see the inside Africa. My question is, whose ministry they in charge of that?
Internal Affairs.
Okay, Internal Affairs. You know, Deputy, you are so good at running down the street, up and down over people. Whose plan una don't ever present a parliament say una want put that in the na. You know, then they put people in this position here. All they care about what the president wants, now that then they focus on. When then go with their own budget with a plan and say we need for, you know, rehabilitate this place or move this place. When last then go with that plan in a parliament? My goodness. Then give you ministry.
Get one, get one after the incident in Pademba.
Okay.
So then we get one with them be it's right up, but I don't know if it's still the go up or you don't the can down.
Okay.
know
Well,
about Andy, yes.
all right. Well, my bad on that. Hopefully, then go press on that. And then the other thing, obviously, that lady talk on that a little bit. The thing where is so confusing. Like, if me go trust money from somebody and then I'm not able to pay, what thing are the issue of the police for go arrest me for that? Take me to small court. Go sue me there. Now the court I need for partial verdict. Why all the time? What kind of responsibility will the police then get for go hold somebody for collect debt? The last time now American I know somebody there for I sell motor car to somebody, he failed for change the title and all that, then told the vehicle I end up for incur about $2,000 losses. I not call the police go arrest that man. Because then go even begin laugh me. They say, are you up to your mind? Now the court now they said to that. Go on a small claim court. Why the police they are so involved into passing verdict in terms of small cases where not involve them at all? The one way then they call the net way people and the thief people the way they call the net, then they go there. Now that woman way she don't market it quiet, and then they able for run after them, go arrest her, care and go to police. Not to them for do that day. Not to them job that day. That if person get issues with you, if okay you go na court, now the small courts small claim courts, now if you collect that money day from that person day or whatever they set a system in place how for collect that money from that person. You know, I think not that reform about prison reform, not to just the prison, they get for go to law enforcement too, because people and they use them too much for go arrest people and for a little certain things and we then not for make arrest for that at all. You know, so the reform way then they talk about it for be a holistic one, not to just for the prison. Because the people away then they add up in that place, now people are not supposed to be arrested by the police because of somebody get money, go give them money, you know, I want to arrest that person, then go arrest her. You know, it happened to me sister. We spent nearly 5 million leons for pull on a Pademba Road. You know, we are not be even aware of the incident. The only time I know now they say that it is in a Pademba Road. Because it be the shame for even tell me. It takes more microcredit loan, you know, than the same thing be happen. You know, it go car with the market, people and can't take it. Where they go now for collect, they're not able again. And this man come right away. The day we not get on the police, the police they go arrest them. They lock them up for 1 week. The next thing we hear now, they say they Pademba Road. What will happen if we go sue that we see today? Then I for don't know say they don't sue her. Maybe we for don't arrange a pull and a court quickly. It no need for go to jail, you know. And the thing way the whole community, the whole country, they fail for realize the prison when they pack people and they get all kinds of disease where they go on. Anybody where they go and I stay there 1 week by the time where they come on, corona independent. Then they do even test for hepatitis B. Then they do test for all them they kill people and they die in that country they for liver disease because then they do the test. Now hepatitis now they kill people and it they scatter so much time in prison. They just they pack people and they not care self, they not care about the health. They don't say that health issue where they happen in prison. It quickly scatter in the community. By the time we know. I don't know. 6 months ago, they talk about hepatitis B. Don't begin Bokuna Peter because they know they need to do no test. All that here, if they start somewhere else, I'm not saying we want to punish people, but if we left the humane part of it, it they come back to the community. By the time it don't wrap out in the country, and we know now how the system they go when it comes to polygamous behavior. You know. We not get that protection there. We not get that idea there. One guy, they get 5 women the way they married. There's no protection. By the time the whole family is affected. This whole thing here, nothing way they build up from one point to the other, We get for the look at the whole picture of it. The whole picture. If we forget that, it will affect everybody. That's my contribution. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, caller ID live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Yeah, I'm Bobby from London.
Yes, Bobby, what's your contribution?
Triple A, thanks for this program and this thing on long overdue. But the main problem in our country, where we prison and they choke and full up, it did to the one that we carry and would now say the police and the what's it called the judiciary, the one that can handle that case then they. You can see them, somebody gets small case, with somebody we get influence at the government or any side, or get money in a businessman, if they go talk to the police they say, boy, this person don't need for going to jail, but still, because he don't get your own what they get, they leave you me triple A that person, then they lock and send, then they go to jail. And as long as they see somebody, they boast, say, you are they lock you in jail. And indeed, they do it because they get all the powers. So now I make I say the two main people, if one will succeed over this thing, the two main bodies, the police. Somebody mentioned that, I don't know if that was friend or say the police that they need for really train them. You know, despite if they know they pay them good salary, but these are somebody in fundamental rights, then they see so. For go lock somebody just for cause or pits, they go lock you for 5 years. That person, I mean, we come on Sunday, you know, the mental, which is a state's not correct against it. So me, I believe saying now that two sides, they really, whosoever magistrate or ever for able to see case, you know, say, but this case not a better case. That's why that person they get influence. You know, if we able to stand on those things, the prison they not go flop, they not go choke. Petty thing, somebody they pass the streets or this, they pass a mass person. I see them all you, they call police na carry also, and if they fast man, if you don't get sabab, you don't get nothing. And at the country down there, I see them the jail person. So they don't know impossible safe. You know how many prisoners are there in Paremba Road where they don't know the people themselves. To be honest with you. Anyway, people, I mean, contribution this, you know. Thank you very much for giving me the platform.
Thank you very much, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, are live on air. Your name and who side the call from, please?
They call from Maryland. Mina Usman Mansaria.
Yes, Usman, what's my contribution?
The problem now, tongue they like them petty offenses that will happen. Because we get all the police and get all themselves. We sometimes can do 2-3 days, then send you go high court. We're gonna court, then if you get somebody who they bail you for bail you, or if you not get, then they send you a Panemba road. But some other thing we can happen at that court day, when people and they go, they like the one if you not fair to not fair, that person who don't first go report. Nine then they take serious. So whether they send you don't go you don't go to high court. Some people and then they go up to the extent and go see the magistrate where they in charge of that particular court way for appear. Then they go give them money. So where you come where you appear, imagine you don't then sell like 3 days. Then you don't come down a high court. Where you appear, then they restrict you bail.
Law just left the word high court because high court different from the other court thing. So just say court because we say high court now.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Let me say court. Just because now the name down.
I know,
so,
right?
Yeah. So then they restrict you bail. Then when they restrict you bail, then they send you in a Panemba road. Panemba road, now they the like where that man be the talk just now about jail and prison. Then they call a remand. Remand now for people all the way to trial. You understand? Then the other side, if I go according to the man in Itam, the jail and the prison then at the other side, and gates there between them. Gates. So that remand day, where then they send you there, that remand day, then get some cells then before then the last side, what then they call last pala. People and then they lay down like fish, like how then they dry fish na banda now with the side. What this side tire, this other side turn. Then on the right inside, then they make something like cement. It's so the condition are deplorable. It's very, very bad. If you go under, you see how then they pack much man there. Imagine how that person that one I make Boku people like won't get problem in the fed for let go Panemba Road. We don't go Panemba Road, like say I don't defeat you finally. Yes. You know, so then people and they inside that remand, some people and they in highway robbers then some people and they win that then pickpocket and they all mix under. You see them sending to that place, that last day. Now then guy then they control under. You know, the condition of salon is very, very bad. People imagine I just fair to know too fat, then we're not gonna court, the person they work at you go see the magistrate, then when you turn away appear, the magistrate they restrict you bail and they block you, then
Then the other team back, some other people like, out and they work at you back. Then they call the case. Now the clerk then they go to. That clerk now they call the case stay after 4 way before say the clerk level then they bail to. They all go to try for off now. Now the time they call the case. By that time the way people are make now. If you people don't understand how for what kind of court, then they send it Panamba Road. And one till I not left this one, that reminder what they tell you so you overcrowded. Now they then sick the all thing they. It's very, very bad. It's very, very bad. Now morning then they left then they come on and do even 10 by after 5, but let me say after 5, then it puts the all inside back. Yes, the people already in the prison, and then at the other side, then they're at the other side. Now just waiting and connecting between them. Past the one, then I also sometimes if you want to go church or mosques or for go play ball, now nobody all Cindy. Yes.
So this one way they explain to us on inside Pademba Road back.
Inside Pademba Road. Okay. Then they call a remand, the one who for call jail. They all the wait trial. But some people in the inside they then they over 2 years, they not call themselves in a court. Then just keep them there no more. Then and then get down and then bad inside it. Where you go there, then they control you, then they can do any kind of thing. Yes. Then bad inside it. You overcrowded. That remand the way who for call jail, he overcrowded. The condition is deplorable. Yes.
Okay.
Very, very bad. Yes.
Thank you very much, Usman.
Yeah. So I say no more broken for people that don't understand more. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the last time I'll be need for go see the Deputy Director General of the Sierra Leone Correctional Service, but the table being so full up that I'll not be able to. I think I'll go do my next trip in a saloon, make myself go see how Pademba Road today. Even though we know say camera not they go inside it, but I'll be well informed where myself they talk about Pademba Road. Okay, I think now Usman our last caller. Usman our last caller. Let us just see now, yeah? Okay. Within our make we understand now. The constitution in Sierra Leone now approve waiting with the talk about so. The constitution na salon. If you listen fine to waiting the Attorney General self say, it say a part of the constitution we get to do with this 1965 Public Order Act. You know, everybody who can talk about 1991 constitution where they amend this and that. But what exactly did they amend inside 1991? Where a lot of things them where they come up now, we get for do with mostly with human rights inside 1965, that Public Order Act, how you for behave. So the police, they do their work. Yes, a lot of people they say na civil matter, enough for reach na police. But if the constitution say otherwise, na it make way police can go na court they ask the police for come explain how this case reach to Ram before you get the complainant, before you get this, before you get that. So make we understand this first. Now I say, now waiting day, now we law books. The saddest part is this, that right now the 1965 Public Order Act here, then they cherry pick them. Then they cherry pick them. Now they we hear about the criminal libel law. The president don't overturn them. Now that one day, they again na salon. When police they say you for write letter first to the Attorney General, to the IG, In fact, now police commissioner na in day chef na that 1965 because not to inspector general of police again. When police they say if you want for protest, you need for inform first the IG, then the IG go call you and everything. No side that one day. 1965 Public Order Act. This one self, the Attorney General quote and say he tell you about even stoning. Stoning can end you up na prison. Because all that one day they inside that Public Order Act of 1965. So instead of us cherry picking this 1965 Public Order Act, we not feel say it's high time, make we just overturn them. If things then the day we were supposed for keep, I don't know, but in this day and age, I think we go need for modify them. But anything within the point by inside that 1965 Public Order Act day, it get an issue where I nothing say it right for we as citizens them na the country. So now that side of us, I want make we able to understand. Then I want to go one step further. Passing trust, you end up na Pademba Road. You go take pepper na the provinces, you come with na Freetown, the pepper can rot in, you not able to pay the person back as a market woman, you end up na Pademba Road. All these things, you end up na Pademba Road. How we for able for make we try for differentiate waiting for go na the civil court and waiting for be na the criminal side. Because the thing is, some people then go say, na criminal way don't use so. He don't use criminal way for siphon for making no payment and make you say the paper don't rot in. And I feel say Pademba Road, for whatever reason, lost in value because even when we small, we know say politics, you get big team for do with Pademba Road. And people will get connection, get Pademba Road. Because we all know say there was a statement at that time we say, are they locking up Pademba Road at throw away the key? Because it's all about, I don't talk so many times, corruption and connection. But with all waiting they end up for minor offenses, petty offenses, where they carry you go Pademba Road, where it don't change. No, it not change. It not change. We mean for say, we supposed to come with something else. We're supposed to come with something else because for minor offense, you end up in a place like Pademba Road. Then, even and for make people scared, when you look at some of these minor offense, they're inevitable. It bound for happen. It bound for happen. But now make we need to get a system we go able for make we the citizens them be held accountable, but at the end of the day, we're able to live with lives them. The Constitution. We need for watch them. Okay. I be the talk to Albert, the lecturer from the United States, the professor. We they talk about criminal now. Not to the first time, and it not go be the last time we talk about the database in Sierra Leone. We will not get. I talked a few months ago where they talked to somebody in a salon for say they know the issue ID card. ID card, no they. So if identification card, they know the issue am. How can we build a system also we're not able to identify with citizens them within the country? How? How we able to build that system there? Because if we can't get a system, we go identify each and every Sierra Leonean within the country, where do we start? Where? August 2019, Nine President Bill be launched. First in history for West Africa, now first get them. We too don't benefit from them. Even that one they go help we forget a proper database and also go help we for build with financial status na the country. But from we launch last year, 30 day nobody no register it. We go can show we say yes in the register. From we could begin get database we go able for build with people and financially in the country. Eh? So there are many things we connect to this. Yes, Human Rights Commission don't tell we say they want for decriminalize. Because in our constitution, na criminal offense. So now I mean they want for decriminalize petty offenses. So me they ask again, because they're just done with the criminal libel law. Now they don't come with petty offenses. Down the road back and go choose one inside it. Then when they know see don't want it. For me, they watch waiting need for change day. Or me just feel say this 1965 Public Order Act. Therefore to where? Because I not think say anything go did that time. 1965 inside Sierra Leone. We inside 2020 we can boast stuff. I don't think so. 1991. They say the multi-party system, the democratic system, then do something where they try for fix the constitution. But today, we run go back to 1965. They all get for do with people being humans. Eh? We are hopeful. Say this one not go just be talks, but there 1965 Public Order Act. Una watch them in the entirety. Una not just the cherry pick. Eh? Not just the cherry pick. Matter Aeronobi say it say make them give the constitution to college graduates or students them for make them review and rewrite. It go interest you for no say the previous administration, the government of Sierra Leone don't spend beaucoup money for review the constitution. They be don't do that the way they ask for now, Martha. Beaucoup money. But it was all waste of state funds. They all be there before they. May his soul rest in peace. He passed away. All thing. That's why he left it today. This present administration don't come. Then so now they because waiting do the one that way they in power. The constitution help there. So now when no more than they na opposition, even in opposition, say some money talk better. Because he hopeful say one day he go come to that power day and the constitution go benefit him. So not to say they not be done review. They be done review. A lot of money was spent. But they not endorse her. So it's still the kapu dust. So who they talk so? Now the reason that they Now the reason that they will make with the talk so because we need a constitution for being reviewed. But this cherry picking, this one would then just take no more than take one side, then change and then take one side, then change it. Yes, it's good because you go say, oh, okay, at least then they do something. But why not just fix the whole thing one thing? 2020 they're almost done. 2021 will they go so? Eh? All man go turn blind eyes to it. And we no more go to talk about her. Constitution for change. Even I will get a campaign. Our constitution, our rights. Make them look into one. Politicians don't have that. But watch. This administration, they don't fix the constitution. Eh? They don't fix the constitution. Not to make the president now, the chairman. They don't fix the constitution. The previous administration back, the APC, then said they work on the constitution. But the country own constitution, Okay. Now we'll go left all thing for today. Eh? Now we constitution, now we rights. We constitution, now we rights. Yeah? We need that to be fixed and let them stop the cherry picking. I know say na done be done so, but make I just squeeze this caller in quick. Even though I be done, make her squeeze her in. Yes, caller, what do you want for share with we?
Yeah. Hello?
Yes, what do you want share with we?
Yeah, hey, sorry, I just come out of work anyway. But something that really puzzles me all the time, this constitution, I don't think so that really, if you look at this here, not to the slave business constitution that left here and so on. That time and the people on the car when the 400 and 11 or 400 and stuff black force they will be kind of with at that time they did. This thing I didn't go photocopy their stuff that they can make up because majority of the stuff they waited in that constitution, they really they in favor of humanity in that place. So I don't know what they're really right on for. So it really bother me so much because even if you're not right then constitution, even over here, say what are they 1800s, 18 something, and do that thing, and they can go look and back to them in modern days. And for rectify that thing and they make a like conducive for people live life, every small thing no more, it only at a detriment to people. It really concerning though. I don't know. But, let me just, my own expression, my own feeling now, yes. So I just want to put them out here,
All right, thank you very much, Umar.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Usai Umar in look at him. I think he's right. If you look good one, the right for protest, you go right for yonder, then they take from yonder 21 days to that day to all that one day. For just, my dear, if we constitution not change, Salone, we have a very long, we already get a long way. Then we'll get a constitution way team up in between. Ezekiel say, then for use then documents in it, and I say they don't review already, where they not agree for endorse and modify them, then submit them to parliament. Nobody is talking about that, Ezekiel. They're not even looking at it. Because waiting go did it, now waiting with the citizens they want. And they don't want that. Who they left here? God help Salone. Yeah? But we all get work for play. Okay, let's just read this last one before I go. Israel Papa say, he said Stras have been appointed by Kaba for review the constitution. Justice Cowan also review the constitution. We need a willing parliament and the one that way true to the cause for change the constitution. The constitution not able for change itself. Only parliament. Now ain't go do that. Masayenobi say the next election, people them not for vote for them old politicians. Because them okay. God help us. the 60 years, we go this saloon. And I think we need for engage few people on this constitution issue. We go 60 years that in there. And the South Side go base at this Public Order Act of 1965. Where we look at good one. Sierra Leoneans then they not get right. They not get the human rights. We look 1965 Public Order Act. We know say it's Thanksgiving time in the United States. They left here now, but we'll play one or two songs then. Make we just enjoy the melody of Sierra Leone. When I start earlier, I see you get radio stations, then a saloon. We not even they play saloon music. You get bars them, you get clubs them who know they play saloon music or saloon music now list to them. Some people say, oh yes, saloon music. Okay. Sierra Network. We did 24/7. We know they go off. Please, when you get time, not just the kind of Facebook. If you say that nine done, so go off, you don't. No. Go now we radio. Go now we website snradio.net. Go now we radio. Na saloon music no more you dey hear. I no more you dey hear. Unless on Sundays where we dey play some, the love moments there for the lovers there. So when you listen, there are good Sierra Leonean songs them. Every day now, which will they play? Salon music now I can play. You just if they enjoy. If you feel say no to all good, then play the good one. Tell me say now all bad. Okay. We'll play a few songs then we go left here. Israel says, you can able to amend the Public Order Act as much as you can, but the Constitution, now the fundamental law. Okay. All right. Ibrahim Kouma say the politicians then they only care for something within their favor. But I know be say in the listen to the Sunday sounding and he'll like Alright, that left here. Myself get for go talk you up, Watch for me or something. I will come back now. You don't so you never know. Okay. I'll just play a few songs and we'll go left here till we meet again tomorrow on the good old days. Yes, tomorrow are the good old days we get. Triple say, tata.